Hey guys, so since Pokemon has kind of blown up recently, I wanted to take the time to go over my entire Pokemon related collection. A lot of this stuff I collected whenever I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. So most of what you see here is very old and things that I personally purchased or collected whenever I was a kid. And just to start, we're going to go with these VHS tapes. These are taking up a lot of space, but as you can see here, these are VHS tapes from the entire first Pokemon anime season. And the one that I like the most is this one. This is like the first episode, I Choose You Pikachu. Um, so yeah, it's kind of neat to have VHS tapes of these original episodes just because no one really uses VHS anymore, so VHS tapes are starting to become sort of collectible. They're not very valuable, but I enjoy having the original first season because this is the season I enjoyed the most, and it was the season where you had Ash, Misty, Brock, and Pikachu, and it was the show that really started the whole Pokemon craze. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way because that is kind of heavy. Secondly, I have this official Pokemon handbook. This is very old. I don't even remember getting this. This is just really old, and it just shows some information about each Pokemon, and it has a bunch of info about all sorts of stuff about how you battle and what Pokemon are and what moves they learned. And some kind of trivia here. Whenever, like back in the 90s, not a whole lot of people had personal computers at the time, and there wasn't really a lot of game information on like the internet anyway. So people use books like this to learn what attacks that these various Pokemon would learn in the games. So as you can see, like here, it shows what kind of type they're bad against, what they're good against, and what attacks they learn here, and all sorts of information that's useful for in the games if you want to know like what Pokemon learns what move, what Pokemon's good against another type of Pokemon, because there wasn't a whole lot of information at the time. Okay, so next on the list, this is the original Pokemon card playmat. It is in kind of bad condition, but this is the mat that I used, and I'm gonna try to hold it up for you guys. So, as you can see, one person would be sitting on that side, and then one person would be sitting where I'm sitting, and then you'd have your prize cards here, and then you would your bench Pokemon and your active Pokemon, and your deck would go over here. One thing that was kind of funny that a lot of people may remember growing up is some people would think that the prize cards, some people thought that after you battle, you're supposed to put prize cards for like your deck, but some people thought that the prize cards were supposed to be for your opponent. So when the opponent like gets a prize card whenever they're battling, some kids used to think that you would actually take those prize cards home with you after the battle. So you'd effectively be stealing the opponent's cards after a battle. It's just kind of funny that kids would just create all sorts of wild stuff to make the game fun and also involve a lot of drama. So I'm just going to fold this back up. These are getting sort of rare nowadays. These are the original mats. They're probably not worth much, but just cool to have. Alright, so going on the list, let's see. Here are some Pokemon games. Here's Ruby version. This is actually the last Pokemon game that I purchased. I did not buy any other Pokemon game past Ruby. Ruby was a really good game. I just didn't care for Pokemon past this point. Here's Red version. I played the living heck out of this game. This was one of my favorites. It was my first Pokemon game ever, and I just really enjoyed Red version. And then here's Blue version. I got this later just to get the rest of the Pokemon that I was missing so that I could collect as many Pokemon as possible. So it's cool to have Blue version. One thing that's kind of funny, even though I enjoy Red version the most, my starter Pokemon was Squirtle, and I still have a affection for Blastoise instead of Charizard. So next we have Yellow version. Yellow version was cool because a Pikachu would actually follow you around. He wouldn't go in his Pokeball, and he had little emotes depending on how well he liked you, and he would jump up and down and do all sorts of funny stuff and make funny sounds. So Yellow version was cool, and you can also get all 3 starters, I think, in yellow version. I'm not sure on that, but I think I remember you can get Squirtle, Charmander, and who am I forgetting? Uh, Man, Bulbasaur. There we go. I think you get all 3 in yellow version. So it's really cool to have yellow version. And then here's silver version. This is the version I played most, with Lugia. Really cool game. This game featured the unknown, and I don't know, it was just a cool era in Pokemon. I like the second. This is like the second generation. I really like the second generation. And then here's gold version with Ho-Oh. Also very good game. And then finally, I have the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color. So, or is this Game Boy Color? Yeah. So this game was actually really good for learning how to play the Pokemon trading card game, and I actually had a lot of fun experience just playing through this game, and it was really good, surprisingly. Not a whole lot of people know about this game, but if you ever find it, be sure to pick it up because it teaches you how to play the card game without you actually having to own any cards, so that's cool. So let me just put those aside. And let's keep on going here. So this is a Pikachu I picked up recently on eBay. It was under $8. It's from China. It's really big, it's really soft, and it's squishy, and it's really cute. And it has a little tail in the back, and it's really well made. I mean, you think like things from China are not well made, you would be dead wrong. Things from China are well made, and they're cheap, and they look fantastic. So I'll just put this back in this corner. There we go. Okay, so next. Alright, so this is the original Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 for the Nintendo 64. Also, I almost forgot about this game, but this is Pokemon Snap. This is a fan favorite to many, and it's a really surprisingly good game where all you really do is take pictures of Pokemon, but it's really cute and really fun, especially when you find the rare ones. And I don't know, it's a really enjoyable experience. Also, this little contraption here would go underneath your Nintendo 64 controller. You'd pop it in the bottom, and then you can put a cartridge right here in the bottom. Let me just get one for you. So like here's red version. You could pop this in the bottom, and then you can play red version on your TV through Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Stadium 2. So it's kind of cool to be able to play Game Boy games on a TV instead of the very small Game Boy Color screens. At the time, this was a very neat and handy device. Alright, so just moving everything out of the way. Next up, we have these Pokeballs. I think these Pokeballs came with little gold-plated things that I'll show you later on. These are pretty collectible as well. They're very shiny, and they kind of fit in the palm of your hand. Sort of like lifelike Pokeballs, but they have a little stand so they sit upright. Kind of cool. Here's another Pokeball. I put this little Mew plush in it. I purchased this recently as well. This was like $2 on eBay. A little Mew plush. I thought it was really cute, and it's very small, as you can see. Compared to the Pikachu, it's tiny, but it fits in the Pokeball, and I think it's kind of adorable. So, moving forward, I know we haven't really gotten to the trading cards yet, but we're going to get to there eventually. So, in these boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Containers, they're full of Pokemon cards to the brim. So, I'll get to those last. Next up on the list is this. Let me just get this out of the way now. So this is actually something I created. This is a framing of a bunch of Pokemon cards. I just framed them in this nice little glass panel frame. And as you can see, there are a lot of very, very rare cards in this framing. They're not really worth a whole lot, but some of these, like the Charizard base set, Venusaur, and Blastoise, are very expensive, and they're going up in price. Here's a Chansey, Machamp first edition. I believe all Machamps were first edition. I think it came in some like booster box set or something like that. And then here's Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno from the fossil set. And there's also an Aerodactyl, Ditto. I'm trying to get better lighting here. As you can see, the Charizard looks absolutely amazing. I know everyone loves Charizard. If you grew up in the 90s, you would know that Charizard was an absolute badass. He had 120 HP, and he did an attack that did 100 damage. Excellent Pokemon. And everyone loved Blastoise and Venusaur as well. It's going down. Here is Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Wigglytuff. All these are holographic cards. Clefairy, most of them were from the base set 2, or Jungle, or Fossil. And then here's some promo cards. There is Mew. Sorry if the camera's kind of shaking. There's Mew holographic. So there's two different Mews that looked exactly the same. One was a holographic version, as you can see. The other was a normal version. Here is Ancient Mew. A lot of people went kind of crazy in one of my previous videos over this Ancient Mew card. A lot of people think this is a super rare card. It's not actually that rare. It's only worth like maybe $5 to $10. It was from the second Pokemon movie, Pokemon 2000. Definitely a cool card though. It's one of the most unique Pokemon cards out of all of them, to be honest. And here is Mewtwo holographic from the base set. I actually have two of these. One is actually bent. I'll show you that later. Here's another Mewtwo promo. Here's Scyther, Meowth promo, Cool Porygon promo, and a Pikachu promo. These are all in the package still, so kind of cool. This one was from the recent Lego movie. These two are actually a lot older. I don't even know where I got these two promo cards at, but they are the Wizards from the Coast promos. And then there's a Poliwrath, and I do have some more cards that I have in a box, rare cards. So just kind of cool to frame your cards. If you collect Pokemon cards and just have them stored away in a box, you're doing it way wrong. You need to frame your cards, put them on a wall so that everyone can see them, and put your rarest cards up on display so that you can show them off to your friends. So let's get this out of the way. Alright, so next thing is the Pokemon movies. I only have 3 of the movies. I know there's more. But these are VHS tapes. This is Pokemon the first movie. The one where Mew and Mewtwo and all the clones and Pikachu versus Pikachu, you know, really good movie. Probably the first movie that a lot of people saw of Pokemon. Very classic movie in my opinion. Here's Pokemon 2000. I don't even remember what happened in Pokemon 2000, but this is like the second generation with Lugia and the legendary birds. So yeah, kind of cool to have that. And then there's Pokemon Forever. This one came out way later and it has Celebi. The only reason I really got this movie is because it had some cool Pokemon cards within, some promo cards. But still, pretty decent movie. Had Celebi and Suicune, and I don't know. Not as good as the originals, but it's cool to have. Alright, so moving on here, we're going to be taking a look at some other rare cards, and then we're going to dive into these tins, which have most of the cards that I own. There's actually like 1,000 cards or more. So here is the 4 promos from the first movie. As you can see, there's a little stamp on it that says Pokemon the first movie. And if you went and saw the first movie, you got these 4 cards. I don't think they gave them to everyone. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them whenever I went to see the first Pokemon movie. But still pretty cool cards to have. Here is Pikachu. And then Electabuzz. And then Mewtwo. I think this is a really cool looking Mewtwo promo. He looks very menacing. And then Dragonite, carrying a little mailbag. So yeah, those are some pretty rare cards, I guess. Some rare promo cards. I'll just put those up there, making a big mess. Okay, moving forward. Here are 3 promos from the recent Pokemon Generations, like booster packs or booster boxes. I don't really know what they were, but I think these are called like mythical cards. But they're very shiny and they have the little rainbow. They're full art and holographic. They look really nice. Some of the prettiest artwork I've seen on a Pokemon card, especially for Mew and Celebi. I don't know, they all look really nice. And here's Jirachi. Not many people know who Jirachi is, but he was from the 3rd generation. Alright, so moving forward, I'll just put these over here. Some more things I ordered from eBay recently. Here's another Pikachu that was also in that frame up there, and again, this is sealed. I think it was like a buy one get one free, and I only paid like a couple dollars. I think it was like $2 for two packs that were sealed, and I didn't pay very much for these like at all. So now I have 3 sets of legendary bird promo cards from one of the movies, I think. I'm not sure. This may have been from like the third movie, or it could have been from something completely different. But these are the legendary birds, and they're legendary bird promos, and they're kind of cool to have, and they're getting pretty rare, I suppose. Kind of nice to have them all in the package too. They're all sealed and in pretty good condition. So I'll just put these up there, and this little Pikachu up there too. Alright, so we're getting close to finishing. We do have to go through these tins. But first, I want to show you something really cool that not many people on my channel have seen. These are fake cards. These are fake Pokemon EX cards. So I'm just going to go through them. There's a lot of them here. You can tell that they're fake, especially if you look at the back. It's a different color. You can actually... Do I have something? Oh yeah. So if you see this and you look at this, you can see that the one on the left, the Pokemon card, is a little bit brighter blue, like a little brighter colors than the one on the right. That's how you can tell it's fake. But other than that, they are very high quality Chinese Pokemon EX cards. I purchased all of these for like less than $10, I think. And it's just, I think there's 60 total. There's a lot of cool cards. I'm trying to set this up in a way so that I can get through these easier. I'm just gonna throw them on the table. I'll clean them up later. So yeah, just a lot of cool looking EX cards. One thing that was kind of funny, this is the one card that had a mistake. As you can see in the title, it says Tyroger. It's supposed to be Kyroger. I thought that was kind of amusing. I think I actually got $1 back just because I told the guy, I'm like, I'm not happy because that card was misspelled, and I think he gave me $1 back. Charizard EX. So all these cards are fake, of course. I don't encourage buying fake cards, but I mean, if you're on a budget and you're just a kid and you just want some cool looking cards to have in your collection, these are really good high quality cards that I purchased from AliExpress. So if you want some good Chinese cards, go to AliExpress to purchase some fake Pokemon cards. So yeah, let me just get through these quickly. I'm just kind of trying to show off all of them. Another Charizard EX, that one was cool looking. Lucario, Sharpedo, Gallade, Wailord. Trying to get through them as fast as I can. There's so many. Mega Rayquaza EX, or Rayquaza, I don't know how to say that. There's another one. There's another Mega Rayquaza. This is a cool looking card as well. And as you can see, they're all shiny. They're all supposed to be like full art holographic, or however you say it. You can probably tell they're fake, but they're still really cool looking, especially in person. The light kind of makes a weird rainbow reflection, but in person they look really good. There's a Blastoise, Venusaur, Groudon, Primal Groudon, another Blastoise, another Groudon. And it's cool because there's no repeats. They're all different EX cards. And I'm pretty sure that EX cards are worth a lot, but these are fake, so these aren't worth anything. It's just kind of cool to have fake cards, just in case you want to show off to your friends that you are like some rich snob who has all the EX cards. And then here's an Aegislash. That was kind of cool looking. Okay, so as you can see, giant pile of EX cards. I'm just going to leave those there. Oh man, this video is getting really long. Let's continue on. So I'm going to open this up. This is a little tin that I have Pokemon cards in. There's actually a lot of cards in here. I'm just going to open these up here. Here's a random Numel. Most of my cards are like base set cards. So here is some fighting energy, or the ground energy. I forgot what you would call these. I think you'd call them fighting energy, but I'm not entirely sure. Here's some Eevees, and here's a bunch of psychic energies. These are all psychic energies, as you can see here. There's probably like, I don't know, like maybe like 30 or 40 in that little thing. I'm not going to open those. Here's a bunch of grass energies, I think. Yeah, they're all grass energies. And then some of my cards are falling out. Here's some fire energies. Here is a promo Articuno. I'm pretty sure, you know those sealed packs that I showed you earlier? This is one of the cards in those sealed packs. So here is the promo Articuno. I should have 3 of these in the sealed packs that I showed you earlier, along with Moltres and Articuno. So here's Suicune promo. This, I believe, came from the Pokemon Forever VHS movie, so kind of cool to have that one. And all these are fire types, as you can see. I have all the fire. But there's some cool cards in here. I'm not showing you everything. Let me just get this out real quick. This is kind of cool. This is I think it's a 24 karat gold plated Poliwrath. These are starting to get extremely rare for some reason. I don't think they're like rare at all, but a lot of people think they are pretty cool to have, and they're in a little like plastic case that's kind of hard to open. So just cool little gold plated Pokemon. Let's keep digging in here. Here's some random stuff. More energies, more energies, energies. But there is some other Pokemon cards in here, don't worry. Lots of freaking ground or fighting energies. I keep forgetting which type it is. Let's go ahead and put those back in the box. Alright, so this is kind of cool. These are like, I don't know what you would call these, like movie cards. It shows you little facts about like the Pokemon and has a little picture on the back. I think they're from the anime show, some of the pictures. I'm not really sure where these came from. I think McDonald's sold these, and I think you could get them somewhere else. But I think I remember McDonald's used to give these out in like every Happy Meal. There's some cool ones, like some rare ones, like these this hollow Mewtwo, very cool looking, and then Ekans. And these were like the first full art Pokemon cards. These aren't really cards, but just like pictures. I guess I can show you the back. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, Stage 1 Charmander. These are Topps cards. Topps. I still don't remember where I got all these cards, but lots of holographic ones, which are neat. Flareon, Jolteon, and then a bunch of others, just normal ones. Just cool to have like full art Pokemon related cards that you don't really play with, but they're little promotional items. So let's see if there's anything else in this box. Should be some rare cards in here. Yeah, I think these are the rare ones. And then here is some water energies. There's a bunch of water energies. Look at all those. And then a bunch of electric energies. So put those back in there. Whatever. We will clear everything up later. So here is a Groudon EX. Just put that over there. And then here are some of my rare cards. So here is a Magneton. Some of these cards are not in good condition. As you can see, there's a huge bent in this card, and it's from base set 2. Here's a Hitmonchan. That one's in better condition, but I think there's a little bit of bend to it. Here's a Pidgeot. Here's a Clefable. Here's an Entei. This is a promo card from the 3rd Pokemon movie. Kind of cool. Ditto from Fossil. And again, a lot of these cards are not in the greatest condition, as you can probably tell. Clefairy, Jumpluff. These are one of the few like newer generation cards that I have. Here's a Rockets Zapdos, a Koga, one of the very few holographic trainer cards from back then. Dark Magneton. This one again in sort of bad condition. Victory Bell, Sabrina's Gengar. I don't even know how to say that card. Parisu from Diamond and Pearl. I don't know how I got this card either. I don't even remember playing Pokemon during Diamond and Pearl. I haven't played Diamond and Pearl, so I don't know where I got that one. Misty's Gyarados. A really cool card. I really like this one. Misty's Seadra, and then another Misty Seadra. All these cards are holographic. These are the rarest cards that I own. I mean, like, holographic anyway. There's a Houndoom, Dark Weezing, Rockets Hitmonchan. Again, there's bins and bad condition. Most of these cards are not in great condition, but that's okay. Personally, I don't really mind that my original cards are not in bad condition, just because these cards are more nostalgic to me, and I would never even think about selling these cards, like, ever. Even for, like, a large amount of money, I would still keep them. Here's Dark Dark Trio, Clefable, Muck, another Entei, another Entei. Again, these cards were given out during the Entei movie. I forgot which. I think that's the third movie. I don't know what it was called, but it had the dogs in it. I think it was just about Entei. And here's I don't know, just a normal Pikachu. I don't know why that's in there. And here's a Kyogre EX to go along with the Groudon EX. And then here is the holographic Mew 2 that I owned. I don't really know where I got this card. I think I may have stole it from a friend. I'm not sure. I don't really have any memory of how I came across this card, but it is bent in half, as you can see, so it's certainly not worth anything. But I really just think Mewtwo, like Hollow Mewtwo, is just a really rare card from the base set that is getting more valuable and will probably continue to increase in value. Just cool card to have, and I have another one, as you know, in the display case that's in like mint condition, or at least in very good condition compared to this. So just some cool holographic cards. So I'll just put these out of the way. I guess I'll just, I don't even know where to put these. I'll just put these right here for now. And finally, we're going to open these. These are Yu-Gi-Oh! Tins, but they're full of Pokemon cards. Entirely full of Pokemon cards. So as you can see, these are all Pokemon cards. Tons of cards in here. I don't want to go through all of them. I'll go through some of them, okay? Maybe just a few. They're split up into different types. They're rubber band in some of them. So all this is normal types, and then this is fighting type, or I think it's fighting type, and then over here is fire type. I'll just get out some of the fire type cards and show you what the cards used to look like back in the day. So here we go. And even like normal cards like this are starting to get more valuable. Like they're very cheap right now, but there's still some demand for like base set cards. Like here's a base set Charizard and a Charmeleon to go along with the Charizard, as you can see over there. Some people really enjoy collecting cards like this, and some people even get these cards graded, because having a full like base set collection, even with the common cards, is just a cool thing to have. There's some Magmar, Ponyta. Just going through all of them. Let me show you the back. That's what they all look like. Again, all these cards are not in the best condition. Here's a Flareon. It's kind of weird. There's like a normal Flareon, and then there's a hollow Flareon. I'm not sure what that's about. And then a bunch of other fire and blah blah blah, a lot of repeats. So yeah, those are what the original cards look like. I'm just going to open up the other tin. I'm not going to show you all the cards, of course. There's way too many cards to go through. But if you want me to, leave a comment in the description below and just tell me you want me to go through every single card I have, and then I'll just go through each one individually, because I have a ton of cards. And here is another box, another tin. Like this is the tin I showed you before. Here's another one just filled with Pokemon cards. Alright, so here is this Pokemon shirt that I purchased recently. You can hardly tell that it's a shirt. I'm holding it backwards. Alright, so here's the Pokemon shirt. It's just covered front and back full of Pokemon. Just randomly placed all throughout the shirt, and you can probably pick out a lot of them. It's a really cool shirt to wear. It's kind of weird wearing it in public, but of course it's just a fun shirt to wear around the house. And there's a ton of Pokemon that you can find in there. It's sort of like Where's Waldo if you're trying to search for individual Pokemon, because they're just everywhere. And some of them are very hard to find. So yeah, just a cool Pokemon shirt that I purchased from China recently. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I own Pokemon related. A lot of things to go through. And again, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day, and be sure to subscribe to my channel below, or leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If not, who cares? Have a nice day.